Alex Garland is back in the director's chair to bring us a story that couldn't have come at the worst or best time in America. Hey guys, my name is Joseph Curtis, and if you love movies just as much as me, you have come to the right place. Now do me a huge solid and click that like and subscribe button. Also, if you want to follow me on the following social platforms, that would be great as well. Now, let's start talking Civil War. A journey across a dystopian future America, following a team of journalists as they race against time to reach DC before rebel factions descend upon the White House. Alex Garland has made the scariest movie of the year so far. This is sadly, in just my little opinion, where America could go. It's not pretty. It's actually quite terrifying. It's really scary to think of a civil war that could happen in this nation. Now obviously this is just a movie and it's dramatized to give us this fictional depiction of the country and all the issues that are in this version of America. Then there's the reality of our world today. But even though this is just a movie and we have reality, Alex Garland isn't really going too far-fetched in his depiction of an America that could go in this direction. And that part to me is what really gets me creeped out. Here's the thing, we can talk about politics all day long, all night long, but we're not here to do that. We're not here to talk about the left or the right. I bring this topic up because what Alex Garland does for a movie that could be so polarizing for an audience, he does the exact opposite. He doesn't pick a side. He chooses to tell this story in a non-biased way where you are seeing the perspective of truth through photographs, through something that doesn't say this side is better than that side or that side's better than this side. No, it just shows you exactly what you are looking at in front of you. Going through this journey and the experience of the photojournalist is a captivating way to portray this narrative. And photos don't lie. Well, there is AI. Thanks a lot, Adobe. Anyways, they take something that is in the moment. It's not about a side, it's not bias, it's a fact. This movie does exactly that. I think that rhymed. I'm not sure. Let me know if I rhymed. It's through these characters' lives and their mission to get to DC, we are thrown into such a human experience of telling a narrative that talks about what happens when there is a nation that no longer knows how to work together. Kirsten Dunst, Cailee Spaeny, Wagner Moura, and Stephen Henderson are the backbone for this journey. They bring heart, humor, and a vulnerability to the screen, and it was just easy to dive into their journey. We are immediately impacted with all their different type of characteristics, their different personalities. You have one that is the old guy who's just trying to give the best advice that he can with the amount of knowledge that he has to give warnings. And you have Kirsten Dunst, who does a really good job playing a sad lady who just is very sad throughout the whole entire experience, but you will get what I mean because of what she has to do in capturing war for many years. That would take a heavy emotional toll on anybody. And then you also have Wagner Moura, who's kind of the cool guy. He's the charismatic lead of, hey, I'm gonna bring some humor to this sequence right now. And it can come at the best times and the worst times. And I don't mean that in a negative perspective. I mean that in the sense of we are seeing a character that is very desensitized to the reality of war. And there's Cailee Spaeny, who I believe is the standout in this film. I'm not saying she's way better than the other three, just specifically what Alex Garland does with her character, with her and Kirsten Dunst, is remarkable. The budget here is the most expensive one for A24 at $50 million. And they really do show that price on screen. Rob Hardy, the cinematographer, not only showcases this budget really well, it proves why the IMAX experience is the right way to go with this one. It's immersive, intense, and speaking of intense, I don't want to say that there's action every 5 or 10 minutes, but when there is action, it is cold-blooded and ruthless and visceral. What makes this action stand out is the very fact that there are people who are portrayed in this project that are really out there. It's disturbing. And yes, that scene with Jesse Plemons, it delivers and more. Not in a popcorn fun kind of way, but in a perspective of dread and horror. The only con that I have with this film is a very minimal one, but it can be impacting at times. It was the song choices. There were certain moments throughout the film where it kind of checked me out with not just because of how loud it was, but it was certain songs that were just repeating over and over again. I get it. After like a minute and a half, I get what you're trying to do, but it really didn't need to be that long. But that is literally it. That is my only con. And I'm not saying all the songs are like that. There are just certain ones that I just wasn't really vibing with. Overall, Civil War takes you in for a journey through a perspective that shows the horror of a country divided. Not only does Alex Garland do a phenomenal job displaying the violent acts in this film, but he showcases a world that doesn't seem too far away. And with that being said, I'm going to give Civil War a solid 9 out of 10. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this review. It really means a lot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to be blessed.